Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 8 of the Gossamer Veil. I'm your DM, Katie, and I'm joined today by all of our players, same as always, Jillian, Kyle, Mac, and Greg. I'm going to start with a little recap. Hopefully, I remember what happened last week so you all will know what happened last week because it's been a minute. 2 weeks ago, actually. Our team is currently on a mission from the Amberwater Adventuring Guild. They've been tasked to fight, or, well, not necessarily fight, but deal with a group of bandits called the Boundless, who have been a bit of a problem in the whole country. And have been tasked to get rid of them in whatever way they see fit. Along the way, you've dealt with a variety of things, but most recently, you met a traveler, fighter, killer of bandits named Varys Vane, who has been doing this for at least 10 years. I'm all blurry, but we're going to keep going. Uh, you all were joining him at camp after having found a few along bandits along the road and passing a hawthorn tree. We were all settling into camp, and Madden and Kian decided that they were actually gonna backtrack real quick, just for a couple hours. Nobody needed to worry about them. It was no big deal. They were just taking a little walk back to the tree and to deal with the bandits that they had left behind because that was necessary. It needed to be done. It, they went over there, quickly killed the two that were left behind because honestly, they were probably not going to survive anyway with the situation they were left in. It was a choice. And then Madden sees this hawthorn tree that Jack and Lamb adamantly said, "Do not touch." And he said, "Watch this," and went up and touched the tree and got to see a beautiful vision of a burning down forest with the visage of a shadow figure in these flames. You to then manage to pull away from it, but Madden currently has a mark of some kind of thorn in his hand from touching this tree. But hey, cool mark. Nothing else seems wrong about it yet. Meanwhile, Jack and Lamb, you all hung out at camp, talked to Varys a bit about, life, the bandits that you're facing, how you don't really want to be doing this, but it's necessary. Just getting to know each other a bit. And eventually, everyone rejoined at camp, and you all had your long rest. Lamb, I believe that was the night your journal changed from what it had been normally doing. Instead of being a rainbow of colors like it had normally been, halfway through it stopped abruptly and turned into just this weird beige color before completely stopping, having changed colors at all, and just being black text. Which, not what you've seen the last few times, but hey, maybe it's nothing. Nothing to worry about. The following day, you all spoke with Varys for a bit about the banshee you had potentially passed before in the town at Altenvik and left behind. He did not seem very keen on going back and fighting it alone, but did send a letter for you all back to Amberwater so that at least somebody knows about the problem, and decided that it was also probably not the kindest to send you off on your own to fight bandits that he thought would 100% kill you, and has decided to follow you all. You all then passed by the slope that he had been at the prior day, where there was a pile of corpses that we made sure Lamb did not see. You all found a cart filled with a bunch of goodies and proceeded to take that cart using Lamb's wild shape, acquired a horse, and then we had a nice travel montage where you all got to deal with a lot of bandits because, my goodness, they are everywhere. And that's where we are now. It's what, day 11 now on your journey? You all have been traveling for a while. Not too exciting of a time the past few days, but you finally see, it's still a little distant on the horizon, the town of Crossbower. You have a little bit of time before you get there. Is there anything you guys would like to do? Got some travel time. Not a lot, but enough. Nothing.
I mean, mostly it's Lamb like squinting at her journal any given night and being like, did it go back to the way it was? Is it still doing the beige thing? Is it? It's kind of
Why is
just
it being
checking in on
beige
that.
mom?
Yeah.
Is Beige Mom still looking at him?
No.
Hmm. I think Kian would ask Lamb. So you mentioned some bees, or
Mm.
does that mean would you happen to have any beeswax?
Oh, actually, I do have some. Not very much left, but makes for a nice lip balm in a pinch. I've got. Let's see. She digs in her pack for a little moment. A modest square of beeswax. My wee friend who lives in me staff here can make a wee bit after a while, but it not much. I hope that's enough.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Hmm.
I'm gathering some stuff to make a salve, so could use some of that.
Excellent. Sure. I'll ask her to have a little go with some more wax, and I'll let you know when there's some more ready for you.
Great. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her thanks.
Of course I will. What sort of ointment are you trying to put together?
Just something for wounds and things. I feel like it might come in handy.
Hmm. Got to agree with you on that point. Mm-hmm. Where we're going.
Maybe you can help me keep an eye out for any calendula or marigold.
Oh, okay. Calendula and marigold. I can do that. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty
Nice.
sure these would, I'm assuming, be flowers that are used in herbalism, druid work. These would probably be ones that Lamb could recognize.
Yeah, I would think so.
Mm-hmm. So, oi, I'll have a look around, and next time I see some, I'll get it for you.
Nice. It'll be helpful having double the eyes.
No worries. I've got a good eye for flowers.
If you two want to roll for looking for flowers, you are welcome to do that.
Sure. What would you like?
We've been doing nature, I believe.
I think that's so.
Makes sense to me.
Uh-huh.
For recognized flower slash plant.
Mm-hmm. Got 16?
I got 14.
15 and 14. You see, you would think I would remember which ones are very common or not.
Mm.
Said marigold and calendula.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you are currently in a grassy terrain.
Yes.
Yeah, you're able to find some marigold, not calendula at the moment.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Well, no calendula I've seen so far, but here's some nice marigolds here.
Mm-hmm. They look perfect.
I certainly hope
Gather
that
some
they'll
of
be
those
a
up.
good help to you.
Like, you're getting a backpack upgrade for all your plants.
Hmm.
I know, right?
Perhaps they'll have a good satchel into next town, do you think?
It just sounds like there's a fight, just like we're walking
Yeah.
past like somebody just
This is
absolutely
the
getting it.
background
Like there's
noise
a
for you guys.
brawl going on.
Far off in the distance, you just see two dudes going at it.
And we're like, that's actually none of our business, and we keep walking.
Not our business. Nope, not at all. Do either of them have bandit symbols? No, we're going.
No, you're the. It's the background fighting. It's fine.
Yes. Ah,
You're in
yes.
the distance.
Yeah, no, that's all Lamb and Kian are doing during battle, is they're all finding marigolds.
Yeah, there's actively a fight happening right now. You guys are just not participating.
No, not in the least bit.
Yeah, this is happening now. Matt and Jack and Barris are dealing with some bandits. You guys are by the road, just like miracles.
Turns around.
Marigolds. Oh.
Oh no.
To be fair, I
Oh
don't think
no.
Varys needs any of us. So
No,
it's
that's
It's a
true.
valid choice.
True.
He says,
And
"Carry
my-
on, children."
Funny.
Oh. Yeah, you guys pick up your plants.
Mhm.
We will get to your journal, I think, when you stop to write looking at next.
Sounds good.
Just because of all the things.
Yeah,
with
all
that
the
journal.
things.
Yeah. Journal. But unless there's anything else, you all are heading into town finally. It's been a bit
Mm-hmm.
since you've been in civilization. Last time you were in where it's non-existent anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's nice to not see a bunch of dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this town is bustling. It's not Amberwater. It's not quite that large, but it's still a fairly decent sized town. Probably like mid-sized town.
Okay.
Walking in, air's kind of just humming with voices. Like there's clearly a marketplace fully set up. There's sound of coins exchanging hands. You know, you can see stalls, makeshift tents, there's variety of dyed fabrics, colors, scents of pastries and spices on the wind. Maybe where these spice bags came from that you're pulling in.
Hmm.
That's-
Maybe.
Well, they're under the
Possibly.
tarp, so nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, we cover those with the tarp when we go in civilization.
I feel like the tarp's probably always on, considering. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of people out and about. You can catch some children stealing fruit off of carts and running away.
Well, that's just
Classic.
fine. One or
Classic children stealing apples,
Classic.
having a good time.
I will say Lamb probably does buy at least a few like pieces of fruit from different stands and like kind of quietly passes them to kids as they go past. Like, cause fewer altercations between urchin and shop owner that way.
You can just give me like a silver or something.
Yeah.
Cover all fruit Lamb has purchased and handed out.
Sounds good. I think the only next thing she would be looking for would be the post office. She does have some letters to send.
Be easy
Yeah.
enough to find a post office. Is everyone going to the post office, or Lamb you running off alone?
It's a good question.
Where's
I mean-
everyone else going?
Jack doesn't have any business at the post
Man.
office, but he'd probably accompany Lamb just to,
Okay.
just to be a friend for her.
I mean, if it's an on the way thing, it's not
Eh.
like we have a specific destination in mind, anyways. So
Yeah, I'm
It
sure.
could be an on the way thing. This town?
Right.
Yeah. All
There's actually
roads
a-
lead to everywhere in this town.
There's a post
That's
office
what they
at
say.
every entry to the town, so you can go to one of four,
Nice.
The crossroads
Well appointed.
town. Yeah.
Mm. Jack just crossing himself every time he crosses a crossroads.
This town has a lot of them, too.
Crosses, spins around, crosses.
Oh no!
So many of them.
So many. Oh yeah.
You get to the post office.
Oh, lovely. Good. Lamb's just got a few letters that she's been writing as we've been on the road here and there for her family back home. She's got those kind of like in a little bundle with a string and passes that over to the male folks for sending back home to Bombini Grove.
Wait, that's a long way.
Hi.
How many letters are we talking?
Just a tree.
Probably be like a whole gold, considering the trip, the path that you have passed
Yeah,
through.
that does make sense. That does
Mm.
make sense.
And it's even
Oi,
further away than that, and they
and
don't know that the
oh,
road's cleared.
that's true. I tell you what, could I put down another gold just so that let him hire somebody to help him stay safe on the way. Aye.
Well, that's fine. It costs gold already.
Eh.
Mm.
She
have
puts
to.
down another gold anyway and is like, if it'll help,
I'll
please.
take it.
Yeah.
They don't say
Yeah,
for
sure.
anyone.
Yeah, sure. It'll help. Definitely.
This helps my pocket.
Yes. Help. Thank you very kindly. I appreciate it. I don't suppose where's the nearest tavern into town or place to rent rooms?
Oh, you'll want the leaky tankard. It's
Mm.
so they'll point in a general direction.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right over that way. Okay.
We'll
Thank
go
you.
east. You have to go
East.
east for this one.
It will go east. Very good. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The leaky tankard. All right. So Lamb will definitely make sure that is shared with the party if they were not within earshot to hear it themselves.
Varys is just kind of pretending he didn't already know that. He's letting it. It's like,
Like he didn't
Guess
come
he's
in this
been here
direction
before.
originally.
He was just like already walking that way.
I guess we already have a guide.
Hey, to be fair, he doesn't necessarily remember everything in every town that he's been in. So
That's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
Mm.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
probably the last town he was in, but it had been like a week since he was in it, so he
Yeah.
could have forgotten.
It's been
Sure.
a few days.
about the
Yeah.
condition that he was in when he was there. That's the issue.
Mm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I
We
can see
going to
that.
the tavern?
Yeah, let's go to the tavern.
Yeah. Tavern
Okay.
sounds good. If
Ian's
nothing
probably
else.
gonna run a few errands before he meets y'all there.
Sure. Do you need any help at all?
I think I'll be able to manage.
All right. We'll
Just
see you
looking for
down
a
there.
general store or something.
Right.
Yeah. Watch your bag
Oh.
and like motions to the children.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, he will.
Squares
Lamb
up with anything
slides
new
him
comes
like
by.
a couple of fruit. They run right
Just holds it
over
up
you.
like this.
Just make sure you have a fruit held out the whole time for them to be able
Honestly,
to grab.
the lamb method. Perfect.
Yeah.
Think
If
you're
they
onto
have
something.
to take, it's fine.
Make sure there's something obvious for them to take. They won't go looking for anything else.
Exactly.
You know, he's gonna take that up. He's gonna stop by a vendor on his way and get like a bunch of peaches or something.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
They can
just
sit
saying,
right on
Bag
top.
of peaches.
you have your whole bundle of peaches for your silver. Peaches to fend off from the children. Let's see how many children come for peaches. All right, you
Roll
at
for
least 10 children throughout the time you are
Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
actively come up and take one very visibly.
That's
The
so
audacity.
I do. What is your passive perception?
I don't remember. It is 14.
Okay.
Was there more? No.
So what errands are you running, Kian?
So he wants to go by a general store, see if he can find a few like little jars
Oh yeah,
and
that's easy.
some paper.
This town has jars and paper.
Nice. Lamb has him thinking, should probably write my folks. Cool. After that, I think he's gonna walk around and see if he can find a well.
Yeah. Well, if you just roll for investigation, just see how long it takes you.
Yeah.
This isn't a town, Kian.
I never come by or come back. 16.
16. It's a little out of the way, but it doesn't take you too long to find it. It's on the outskirts of town. It's just a small
Mm.
little well. Nothing too fancy. Definitely not what you're used to back home.
Mm. Yeah, they don't do it the same.
It's not. It's just a little stone well and no pavement.
And I think he'll just sort of lean over, rest his arms on the side of it, gaze down into it, have a little prayer to Aravid.
Mhm.
I think he'll mumble to himself. Feels like I'm on the right path, though it's proving to be tougher than I thought, and I'm honestly scared of what lies ahead. There's going to be much more violence. There has to be. And I think that line of thinking brings a few tears down his cheeks. So he'll sort of thumb his amulet. I'm grateful to have found Madden, or that you found him. I think I made the right choice following him. I just don't want to weigh anyone down. So please, if you can give me strength to support them, him, Lamb, Jack, we could do some good along the road. And he'll sort of just take a few minutes.
You can roll religion for me. See if you get a response of any kind.
Hmm. 11.
Hmm.
This well's not nice enough.
Hey, I think that there's a comforting feeling of being at the well and being connected to Aravid that way. That there isn't like a feeling that washes over you or anything in the moment, but she doesn't always respond.
That's
Sometimes
true.
it's just the comfort that she knows what's going on, and you know she's listening.
Mm-hmm.
But
He'll take that comfort with him and go find the leaky tankard.
the leaky tankard. You saw which way they were going. Easy
Yeah,
enough to make it
just
back.
backtrack.
What's everyone else doing at the tavern? We just chilling, waiting for our friend to show back up.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Lamb's like getting food and drink in front of everybody because, we've just got into town from walking a long, long way. Make sure that everybody's got plates in front of them.
Hmm.
She doesn't have anything for herself except for a cup of water, but I mean, she's just checking in, making sure everybody's got their stuff going.
Madden is actively watching, casually. It's easy enough. It doesn't have to be a staring intently kind of thing. But he's waiting for everybody to get to 2 to 3 drinks deep and is
Hmm.
a little agitated that Lamb is not drinking. He doesn't say or do anything, but he was hoping everybody would get a little buzzed at some point.
Hmm.
Yeah, what time of day is it, Katie?
We'll go with afternoon. So at
Gotta
least
go with
this
one
is not
sober.
morning drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's gonna have some drinks.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah,
like a
'cause-
gold and some change in his pocket. He'll have what's good locally.
Is there anything good locally? Let's find out. There's some decent stuff here, you know? You have your choice.
Better
of
than rations.
There's a lot of stuff outside. They can spice things up, with what the market outside has. Like you eventually can join the group. Everyone's getting drinks.
Ian will happily get a buzz going.
Yeah, I think if anybody like tries to offer Lamb any, I think she just kind of gently deflects, like, not really feeling so well in my stomach. Sorry.
Mm. Might have something for that.
Oh,
Want some
sure.
tea or something?
If you're offering, I'll take
Might be able to
some.
make that happen.
Sure.
Do you think someone here would give us hot water?
A kettle, maybe.
Hey, I'm sure if you go ask them nicely, somebody can provide enough
That'd be real nice.
hot water for you. You just gotta ask nicely, guys.
We're polite.
Then we'll set Lamb up with some tea.
Yay! Lamb likes tea. I'm sure that especially if it's something good for the stomach, I think she's happy to drink that for a while. But I think she nurses it and just sips on it and is content.
Perfect.
So he'll wait till Jack is at least 2 drinks deep. He's not going to be like, you need to drink. But
Jack does not require encouragement.
yeah, he's not encouraging anyone to drink, just observing when we get to certain numbers. Everybody being nice and comfortable at the inn, nice and chill. And then I think Madden will also get 2 drinks deep, and will kind of like focus in on the group and be like, all right, I don't want a lecture. And he starts like undoing his gauntlet. So the thing is, and he pulls off his gauntlet. I touched the hawthorn tree, I had a vision, and now I have this on my hand.
You did what?
No lectures.
Let
Would you
me
like
see
to
it.
look at it or not?
let me see, madam. This isn't funny.
I have it out.
She's taking the hand. She looks like pale. She looks
Oh no.
afraid.
Barkeep, another round.
I was
She wants
thinking
to
3
see this
drinks
hand.
deep, but he's been holding out the whole time. It's he took off his gauntlet, he's holding it out. It's a little.
I
black
didn't
mark
notice
on
that
his palm.
before.
Did you get the thorn, or was he just touch the bark?
Yeah, when did
touched
we
the- the day we met, after I went for a little walk
Oh.
with Kian. So I touched the bark. I had a vision, and then this is on my hand. It's not something that I feel like I can pry out. I've kind of poked at it. It seems like flat.
Yeah, the vision. What sort of vision did you have?
I had a vision that I was in a burning forest, not the one I was currently in, like a different burning forest, and there were people screaming, and there was a shadowy entity wreathed in fire, and then I was pulled out.
Katie, is any of this ringing any bells? Any folklore that catches Lamb's attention out of any of that?
You can roll.
I'd love to.
Like,
What would you have me roll for this?
I'll go with religion or history, whichever you're feeling.
I would prefer religion because that one
Alright.
has a positive modifier and not a negative one.
I didn't open Ferris's character sheet, guys.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is
How
he
am I
good at
supposed
those?
to know what he knows?
Well, it's a 12.
Mm.
And based off of what they told you, like, you know generally that bad things can happen when you touch hawthorn trees or really go near them. So, like, it's not surprising, but you haven't heard specifically like of somebody seeing this type of vision.
So
Ferris, what are you good at?
This was a risk.
Yes.
yeah.
You say you saw a figure. Was the figure burning?
Katie, was the figure itself on fire, or was it like just like
More
around
like-
the flames?
Yeah, more like you can see their figure because the flames are showing them.
Okay, that's what I describe.
Yeah.
And the figure was of man, woman, elf.
Did it have tibbies? What kind of shadowy figure was I
Yeah.
looking at?
Was it
How
curvaceous?
defined was this
How
shadowy
The most
figure?
sexy.
curvaceous shadow you've ever seen.
Whew.
Oh shit, thick as hell.
Whatever
tell everyone
gender,
that the
thick as
shadow
hell.
was thick.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think Lamb is gonna like start sort of like digging through her bag for like books that she has from home about like, whatever can be done about this. I don't know if I can help you, madam. Goodness, doctor, give me patience.
Okay. I was just showing you because I thought it was polite to show you.
You said you didn't want
We'll
to
look
lecture,
into it.
but you're lucky to still be here, right? That you're lucky to be on this side.
And not pulled true.
They did try.
And
And
what?
I don't know. Nobody was really grabbing me.
Kane, you were there for this.
Yeah, I
And
pulled
you
him
didn't
back.
say nothing.
I couldn't see anything.
Okay.
I just saw Madden go very ragdoll.
Something to
It was
take the,
strange.
something to take the spirit out of our Madden. That's a powerful force. It must be.
And then I think there were fireflies there, and then they started like dive bombing us. But like when we backed away from the tree, they sort of stopped. Well, they kept like dive bombing and exploding, but they didn't like pursue us.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
And you saw those, Kane. Wish you hadn't have done that.
Too late.
No, I agree. We all make mistakes. Just you peered through the veil to their side. I'm not supposed to see that.
Mm.
Makes them angry. Sometimes they want to keep you.
Often. And they want to keep eyes on you as if we didn't already have some.
Yeah, we already do.
Well, those ones are
Keep
pretty chill.
Keep it down, lass.
Who's watching? Damn. And I was
Oh,
around.
there's these like bird people that have been following us the whole time.
Have you seen them?
Guys didn't show me any bird people. It's been days.
I wonder if they followed us into town.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
really look
wow.
around.
Yeah, we think they're called watchers or like eyes of the fae sort of thing.
All they've
That
been
was the-
doing is watching.
Yeah, true to the name.
Well, I'd love to see him if you can point him out next time.
Sure. I think we just got so used to it.
Oh, you might have.
Well, they're not doing anything wrong, so
Yet.
Hmm.
All right, and Jack's gonna just slide a drink over to Lamb.
I'm
I understand. We're all in this together. Your nerves seem to be up. Have a wee drink.
I'm right ill, Jack. I kenna.
I understand. We'll get to the bottom of this. Breathe, lass.
Aye.
Have you had a lot of Fey interactions, Lamb?
No. I know better. I know better than to go near a hawthorn. I know better than to mess about with the fae. I know better. But it's fine. I need time to think. I cannot. She's going to stand up from the table and she's going to start making her way out of the tavern. She needs fresh air. She needs to go clear her head.
Kane, which of us should it be? You or me? Go after her.
Who says she wants air?
I was gonna give her a minute.
There's air outside, but just doesn't mean she doesn't need a friend.
I'm
Mm.
sure she'd love somebody to come bother her right now. But if you feel that, you must.
Does it hurt?
Occasionally, like there's sensation, like maybe it itches a little, or there's like a sort of burning, but like it's not often. And there's not like a particular trigger that I've noticed.
Mm.
In the past few days of travel, since it's happened, anything else different? Any?
Can I see it?
Yeah, I'll hold it out and let anybody look at it who wants to. There's been no changes. It's exactly the same as when I got it.
Kian's gonna press a thumb to it. Anything?
No, just mark on her, mark on his hand.
At worst, we cut the
Almost
hand
looks
off,
like
I
a
suppose.
tattoo.
Might be a bit extreme, although it'd be the
That's-
easy option.
I mean, it's currently not causing any problems. And the thing is, I don't need lectures because consequences are their own lecture. So if something happens, then boy, I will be right lectured for what I have done. So I'll wait for that moment.
I'm not suggesting a lecture, just you're traveling with us. If you're marked in some way, they want to come take you. I'm not going to stand by and let them take you, but it affects us all. It does. I'm not trying to lecture, just letting you know.
Well, currently we don't know if it does, but I understand that, well, it's obvious it's upsetting to some people. Um, I have never had a tree do anything like this to me before.
And do you trust folk that tell you not to touch a tree? Do you? That's. I'm not sure which is upsetting Lamb worse. The fact that she feels genuinely in danger for you and herself, or the fact that she told you, Donnie touched the tree, and you went back and touched the tree. Not trying to lecture, just
I
trying
feel
to
like you're doing
understand.
a bad job at it, but I understand.
Yeah, well, I'm
Um,
not much of a orator or vocalist or a life coach. I'm
ah,
just a traveler and a drunk who told you not to touch a tree.
well, if you're only a traveler and a drunk. Listen, the thing is, I believed you. I listened to you in the moment I walked around the tree. I personally had no experience with issues with it, and in the moment I trusted both of you. And sometimes you have to understand why people feel a certain way. Sometimes you can't just take a word for everything. So I had to go look. I had to touch it.
Curiosity kills cats and crows alike.
And now when I tell somebody that they shouldn't touch a hawthorn tree, I can tell them exactly why.
I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're here.
Probably won't have to worry too much about that. They're not very common anymore, but bad call.
But the thing is, if I touch another one, do I get like another vision and like, you know?
Maybe more eyes on you.
I
I would
mean, listen,
highly recommend you don't touch more of the trees, but you know,
Clover didn't seem happy about it, so
That's telling.
I probably won't.
As I understand, and I'm no expert, they're thin spots, like a door, um, but a door that you don't want opened, and they're not all the same door, to my understanding, and it's not. Sounds like what you saw on the other side of that one was unpleasant enough. There's no saying that the next one you touch will be any more pleasant. It might be worse.
Possible. Could feel the fire.
It could be something worse than fire.
You were
Could
kind of
be
hazy.
could be
That
something
was
worse than
Is hazy?
when we walked away from the tree. You could see just like some sort of heat emanating.
All right, what else was at the tree? Was there anything else there? Just bugs?
There was a natural well. There were ribbons dangling from the
Some
tree.
sort of little offering bowl.
Mm-hmm. And if there's another thing, we say that.
There's a little cross of Bridget.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably pissed her off.
Huh?
That's probably her tree. Ew.
She seems
Oh,
very
Oh.
sensitive. But people got to approach it and put ribbons on it just because I didn't have
We
any
didn't
ribbons.
take anything from it.
We didn't take anything, barely touched it.
but you weren't invited to.
There is that.
See, there's a new rule about everything every 3 seconds, so I think I am going to have to stumble into a lot of information.
Did your da not tell you any of it?
No.
I'm sorry for that.
Well, you all have fun thinking about it. This actually feels like my fucking responsibility. He stands up, he'll go outside. He's like,
Everybody
actually, it's
needs some air.
probably it's me who should go outside and eventually talk to Lamb. So he'll get up and he'll head out. He's not walking quick though. He's gonna give her as much time as he can. But he thinks he needs to probably be the person to go talk to her.
That feels right.
so which one of us should tell him that he's probably cursed?
Is there any of us that's going to tell him and he's going to believe it?
I think it's not a matter of believing it. It's more of a matter of is he gonna care?
All right, I'll tell him when he gets back. So, Lamb, what you up to while you've been outside?
Been trying to beeline for the closest anything that looks like trees. I don't know if we found anything like that, approaching or in town. Are there any parks?
There's actually a very cute little park in this town. It's official. Canon.
Okay. All right.
Crossbar has a real cute little park right in the center.
Fantastic. That is where
The
Lamb
market
is.
sets up around it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it's busy and it's loud. It's not like being out in nature, but it's green. So I think she just is taking some time, just kind of like crouched down, and I think like leaning on her staff of flowers and speaking quietly to her bee friend.
Is that where Madden finds her when he eventually comes out?
I think so. I think she's fully just like in herself, just not taking in anything else, and just kind of I think she's shaking, and just quietly whispering to her bee. Is Madden approaching from the front or from the rear?
I always approach from the rear.
We gotta surprise him.
So I think Lamb is one of the easiest people in the world to probably find because you
Yeah.
say, "Hey, there was a tall lady. She go this way, awesome," and then
Yeah.
just easily pursues. Um, he won't approach. He's just gonna sit down on a nearby bench and wait.
Um, I think it takes Lamb a little bit to sort of shift her breathing and bow her head and wipe her eyes and stand back up. And I think when she turns is when she spots Matt and she startles and oh, I, I sorry I got cross and ran out. It was silly. I'll be back.
Say what you need to say.
I I understand that your choices are very important to you, and how you make them is very important to you. I respect that. I I respect your experience and the experience of Jack and Kian as well. And I've given over to the lot of you on most every other thing. Every other thing that we've come across, I've said, all right. The one thing. Hawthorns are the worst kind of risk. They're the worst kind of thing you could come across anywhere, Madden. You kinda know what the intent will be when you to fee on the other side draw power. Through Hawthorns, through the people that interact with them. Especially now, especially around Beltane. Bridget has worship at this time of year. Bridget's followers give her homage this time of year. Her Hawthorns are marked clearly for all to see. Between all of that, I know you and Keen. I'm sure the two of you think that I'm a very silly country bumpkin who does not know very much about the world, and I'm sure that's true. But Madden, I trusted you'd at least trust me. Believe me on to one thing I'd actually made a point about. And if something has happened to you, and I can't do nothing about it, I can tell you didn't really care what happens to you. I do.
My stories. Weren't acquired around campfires or by bedside, by family, by friend. All of my stories have been acquired by experience. The good and the bad. They are just the things I've seen. And the thing is, I believed you. But I suppose it was one of the first times I'd really heard a story around a campfire. Because that's what it feels like. the Fae, magic. That's all new to me. So I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on any of it, but I know that in my life I have understood by doing. That's just how I've had to be. And I don't find you silly because we have different experiences or come from different places. You probably know more about the world than I do. Probably know what's between book pages more than I do. Obviously know more about the trees than I do, the Fae. I'm sorry. I have habits that are probably not best for group work, as it were, and that's going to take some time to change.
Well, a new skill's always going to take time.
And between you and I am quite a slow learner. And he smiles a little.
Well, makes you feel any better. I never was very strong in me studies anyhow, but I've always had a mind for stories, and I'll be sure and tell you a good few more, and with any luck, you won't need any more experience to hear and to know any more of them, at least the ones I can give you.
All right. And I think through this, and I think we had the time for it. I can understand if we were, hustling and bustling. That was before we ran into um, those bandits that I think may have been at least partially blind. I'm really unsure. Um,
They were
but
certainly not very good.
no, but how you explained it to me now, if we get past the hard feelings about it that are certainly there, and that's fine. I'm not saying I don't deserve them, but that is a world different than Madden. Don't do that. It's bad. Don't do that. If you give me a really good reason like that, I'm much more likely to listen, I think. If it's like, hey, that's a place where the wall is thin and the Fae will get you and snatch you away. And, it's near the holidays where, this person's very strong. Like, not to give you more work, but I am
I
saying that, if you get to do the whole campfire story, kind of helps a bit. Besides, Madden, don't do that. And then I think my brain shuts off.
Right. Well, I'd been rather of a mind to tell about Hawthorns when we'd set up camp, but well, I'll confess it has been quite driven out to me mind by the time we settled down. So,
Mm.
failings on both sides, but I'm sorry myself. I I've not much experience directly with the Fae and with all that, but there's some things that I think are worth worrying about, and there's a lot of other stories that maybe they're just stories, and it's all sort of jumbled out together at the same time. And I was scared, and I was worried that somebody was going to touch the hawthorns, so I was not very mindful of all the facts and the details, and so well, I'll try my best to share it when I'm not all scared out to me head next time, and uh, I'll make sure I give you good reasons.
I'd appreciate that. And I also appreciate that you are, even though I know it makes you incredibly uncomfortable, don't don't think I don't notice, and don't think I am not incredibly appreciative of your respect for my oath and what I need to do. Um,
I mean, I didn't really know who it's to or what for or anything, but I know it's important to you, and I can see that it's it's tied very strongly to your connection with your lady, so I'm happy to respect it.
I appreciate it. And that means you don't have to do anything you don't want to. And you could also tap out whenever you need to. And there'd be no judgment in that.
Not necessarily, not from anybody but me. But I suffice it to say, I need to stay on this path for now and see this job out. So,
That sounds like purpose.
well, I made a promise.
Oh,
Like I said, protect people I care about.
well, you don't have to share your promise if you don't want to. But if I knew, I'd help you keep it.
I truly hope that I'll tell you my promise sometime soon.
That's some ominous shit. And he'll like slap his thighs and like stand up.
Sorry.
No, your story. Don't have to share any of it you don't want to. Not like I'm sitting here spewing gospel about myself.
Well, be a right simple thing if it were a matter of just not wanting to. But I've promised more than protection, but discretion. I'm sorry. I cannot say very much. I'm sorry, really, but it's something I'd like to talk more with you about at some point.
Lem, I didn't take you for a secret agent. A spy type.
Oh, nothing like that. No,
Secrets
no,
and
no.
sneaking about.
Uh,
Don't worry, I'll be all hush-hush about it.
oh, I bet you will. Oh dear. Okay.
Once I find out your code name and what organization you work for, keep it on the down low.
I am in the honey mafia. Didn't anybody tell you?
I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I know it gets pretty intense when it comes to bees.
They fly awful light, but they sting quite hard.
And that's, I'm sure, the motto. Or your trigger code phrase. And I
Oh
promise I
dear.
won't utter it myself.
I appreciate it very much. I'd don't know what to do if that were to happen. Oh, Madden. I forgive you. And I do promise I'll try and give you better reasons to listen to me going forward, but, oh, I really hope that I can help you with that. I really do.
I'll say through experience, as is my best way of learning, I feel as I have possibly learned something.
That's good. I'm glad. Well, if nothing else, I suppose we can trade some more stories. At least a couple.
You ready to go back?
Aye.
Okay. They'll walk back.
As you two walk back, I think that's a good spot for us to take a little break.
Yeah.
Everyone can go get some snacks, some drinks, and we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, Tan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 8 of the Gossamer Veil. We just took our 10-minute break. Our party's been hanging out in this new town, Crossbower. Went to the post office, visited the tavern, someone went to a well. We just had a real emotional time in a park, and now I think everyone's headed back to the tavern to enjoy their evening.
Chill vibe. Tell some stories
Yeah.
because Madden just said he did not get campfire stories
Not
growing
enough
up.
campfire stories.
And he needs catching up on campfire stories because Lamb has an awful lot of those from growing up in Bombini Grove. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lamb and Madden, you guys are welcome to rejoin the team. I'm sure that the three of them mostly stayed where they were.
I would
Drinking,
figure
having good.
so. So
Ferris
long
is
as there's
good.
booze coming, Jack
Yeah.
probably isn't moving.
Yeah.
Jack might
Everyone's
try to
had
like
drinks.
attract a lady to the table to hang out. Like,
You sure
My
can.
seat.
He can.
Roll me a thing. Roll the persuasion. Use your thing.
persuasion. All
Roll
right.
to persuasion.
Roll charisma.
Mm.
Persuasion is a dirty 20. Charisma would be an 18. No. Yes, 18.
Riz
Well,
roll.
persuasion's great. You're easily able to bring a lady over to the table to hang out
That makes sense.
and have drinks with him.
Hmm.
But when the other two return, Varys has made sure that there's a plate of food for Lamb because he's noticed she hasn't been eating, and so there's just a single plate of food at the spot she'd been sitting.
Ooh. Thanks.
Mhm.
She seems a little confused that it seems to be like Varys indicating he was the one who set down the plate. Like nobody else is like, "You're welcome, Lamb." And she's like, "Oh, that's weird." But like internally, and just sort of like nibbles a little. Like she's vibing. She is kind of just picking though. Like she's making an effort. She doesn't look like she's, you know, not engaging with the food, but she's not.
Kian's gonna
She is
give
not
her
eating it.
dessert too.
Oh, oh dear. I mean, it's like uh, the panoply of food continues to be slowly and in small bites nibbled at over the course of the evening.
Madden notices that there's a woman in his seat and is like,
Yeah,
I told the man I owed him one, and is going to say nothing and do nothing and is just going to go about
that's
his business.
amazing.
I'm sorry, Les. What's our new friend's name?
All right, let me pull up my list of NPC names I haven't used, guys, because there's so many I have used.
Mm.
Makes sense.
Moira.
Moira. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that seat was taken. You can come sit here on my lap. But that's my friend Madden's seat.
All right, she'll move. You rolled so well.
Madden,
Amazing.
like that face that it's like, my man. You're like, hell yeah, get
Pre-warp
bitch.
seat.
And then Madden will sit in his seat to make that sure, so it's canon and not like she goes and sits on his lap and that chair remains just open the rest of the time.
Yeah,
And she's
yeah,
like,
no, that
"Interesting."
tracks.
Like,
Weird.
suspicious.
Madden was telling me that he's not really heard very many of the old tales and to like, and I'm sure you've heard plenty of tales I've not, Jack. But Cian, I'd bet that probably you and Madden both haven't heard. Jack, you know One Beltane Night?
I'm not sure how old you think I am, but I'm not sure if I'm also supposed to be taking offense to this. Yeah, I might have heard your tale. Go ahead and tell Madden and Kian. Let them enjoy.
Well, it's a simple nursery rhyme, and it's the moral comes across right quick, I'll tell you that. It goes, one Beltane night my uncle across a hawthorn ran. He plucked Queen Bridget's girdle, she humbled him right down. I'll fill your days with sorrow, your pockets too with hulls. I'll take your stout tomorrows and steal away your soul. Queen Bridget's associated pretty strong with the hawthorn, especially in the Beltane part of the year. The decorations, the ribbons are meant as offering and decoration and veneration for Queen Bridget.
Are
And
we like humming this to children, or like when does this casually pop up?
it's a nursery rhyme. I've been hearing it since I were right wee, and it's been heard round. I've heard it round Amberwater and plenty of other little villages that we
Yeah,
have
I'd
some
be scared of
communication with.
trees too if this is what I grew up on. Shit.
It's a cautionary tale. And Bridget's not the worst
Remember
that
that one.
gets. Uh, she rules over the warm, hospitable parts of the year.
To Summer Queen.
When you can take shade under an oak. The other half's the part you got to worry about.
Above table, she is one of the Fae that are listed as people that were involved in the side of the war on the not mortal side.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, she was
people
one of
do
those
still
where it was
worship
like,
her.
mortals? Boo.
Yeah, just so you're aware. But people do still do that.
Yes. Or at least it is done, I think, maybe sometimes for appeasement.
Yeah.
Like protection money.
Hmm.
We even gave her money as the thing. Maybe it's because I didn't specifically do it. I thought it was a team effort thing.
Oh, nay. With the Fae, they're all very specific. When you're dealing with anything to do with the Fae, you've got to be mindful. You need not give them your name, because if you give them your name, you give them power over you. On top of that, you must be mindful that when you speak to them, you know what you're saying. They'll understand every meaning of every word that comes out of your mouth, whether you do or not. And they will get what they want if they can.
None of us are smarter than them.
Never.
You kind of get a trick on them.
They are the deal makers, and I dare not call them anything like swindlers, on account of that would be quite disrespectful, and one does not disrespect the Fae. But one must be very careful how one speaks upon them and around them and around the things what they draw power from, and hawthorns most assuredly will be one of those.
Sure. Okay.
So there you are. There's a campfire story for you, though I'm sorry I'd not had
You should have
mind
told
to
us that
share
one
it
the other day.
sooner. I'd no idea you'd not heard it. It was everywhere when I was growing up.
Less a campfire story than a cradle story. I'm surprised your Daz didn't tell you that.
I mean, I'd never heard that one.
But you knew better anyhow, so someone took the time to tell you who's not to be trifled with.
Done a lot of learning on my own, but sure.
What do you know about hawthorns?
I think you covered most of it. That. Now look at Matt. Ferris will reach out and take Madden's hand and just run a finger over it. So that. I haven't met anyone that's had a curse recently, but this kind of looks like one to me.
I was worried about that, Madden. Oh, dear.
Curses can be broken.
I know.
A lot of them are usually fairly easy, but I don't know if it is because of who it is. I'm not sure it'd be that simple.
Are we sure
Especially
who it
on-
is?
The
Well,
tree was done up into belt and girdles, Jack. Who else would it be?
What do you mean, not that
We're
simple?
weeks off,
Do you know
though.
something about her curses?
She's she's a queen. She's got her own court. She she keeps half the year. There there are some worse than others, and she's she's not the worst, but she's one of the strongest. She's got a memory. She'll
Long
know.
one.
Well, I suppose I'll tell you if I start experiencing curse symptoms.
Please do. I didn't
wonder
know
what they'd
exactly
be.
what you might be seeing, but what I'm trying to remember, was Lamb there when Kian mentioned the heat mirage thing, or was that after she had gone and left?
Pretty sure you were there.
Okay.
I think you were here.
I
It's
think
now canon. You were there.
it's canon. I was there now.
You're all
But-
wrong. Who says that we're wrong?
Yeah.
Don't
She
go
did
back and watch.
No. Don't rewind this
Do not
video.
confirm.
No, don't do that. That would up our engagement. I think like Lamb just like kind of like eyeballs Madden and is like maybe trying to kind of. Will you let me try and if I can? I don't know if a detect magic spell might be able to see nothing. I can give it
Sure.
a try.
I mean, I thought you were gonna offer to kiss it better, but you can do what you like. And he'll put his hand out.
I've got better medicine than kisses, though those are powerful good in a pinch, my pond
I don't know if I've experienced better medicine than kisses, but I'll take your word for it.
We'll have to see. She's going to, let's see, she's going to, yeah, at least going to use detect magic to see if she can perceive anything in this thorn or around Madden.
My first question is, Madden, do you have an aura? A paladin aura?
Do I have an aura?
Do you
Gertie.
have an aura? Yeah, I don't know.
Tell
That's fully possible.
Because if you
I mean,
I'm trying to feel like, yes, you see something around Madden.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, you're bright. Oh, Madden. I don't know if
The hand
If that's
is
really
glowing.
curse looking like, it's awful lot.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's just, I really cannot see anything but all that glow about you.
I'll take like the cloak and just like put my hand out from under it and like cover the rest of myself up under it.
Does that help? I don't know.
You can see that the mark is glowing.
Okay, the mark is glowing. Can I, let's see. I get to learn a school of magic about this mark, if there is any associated with it.
Cool.
All right, listen. I know so little about the schools of magic right now, so I'm about to Google.
Okie
Pull
dokie.
it out of your
I'm
ass.
going to school
Google
Google
every
right now
time.
and see what they think. You know?
Hell yeah. Understood.
D&D magic
Do
school.
curse show up like School of Magic?
Curse? Question mark.
Curse?
School of Curse.
All right.
I mean, like, what type of magic is like the grant curse spell or whatever? Impose curse?
Can't
What's
remember what
the
the
name of
first part of that spell is called, but I'm like, I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember what it's called. Gib curse.
Is necromancy a school? Because I'm gonna go
Yes.
with that. Then we're going
Yeah,
with that one.
I mean, necromancy is
Based on-
definitely a school of magic, and
Based
that's
on,
I think usually
Google,
the
Everyone on
curse.
Google's like, that's what I do. So
Yep.
we're gonna say that.
Perfect.
Oh, that's some powerful evil in there. That's for sure. I'd say Varus is quite right. I cannot tell very much about it beyond that, but it's most assuredly something we'll need to have a look and see if we can resolve sooner rather than later, I'd say. The longer a curse sits, the worse it gets.
It's been like a week.
Mm.
No, you haven't had anything yet.
No, it hasn't changed size. It just kind of sensations occasionally.
Like
I
what?
haven't felt different.
What sorts of sensations?
Sometimes it itches or it kind of like a little bit of burning.
Burn. Well, hmm. With all
I
that
guess the
business
burning
about
makes sense.
all that heat and, well, it's not exactly that Queen Bridget's realm is fiery per se, but the heat of the summer is of her domain. I don't know. It it could mean something. It could mean that's an in we could take to try and treat it. Maybe apply something of an opposite sort of element. But I don't know. I'd need to do some more reading. If there's a library of any size here, I could give it a try having a look.
The woman, it's like, there's like a really tiny one, but nothing super special in it.
Moira,
Thank
I'm
you.
certainly shocked that you've actually been listening this whole time.
Really did a lot.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your patience, honestly. But you can understand where I might concerned.
I don't really listen to horror stories when I'm here,
Right.
but
Do you hear a lot of them?
horror stories, no.
That's good.
I tried to brighten your evening at some point, lasses. I apologize for my dour and scary friends here, but I
Lamb
assure
just sitting
you,
there like a
we're-
very large wet puppy.
they're nice folk. Some of them more foolish than others, but we'll brighten your evening at some point.
There's happier rhymes, I promise. Plenty and many that don't involve any sort of suffering or torture at all. At all, at all.
Does anybody else want a drink?
Oh, I'll have
Yeah.
one.
At least one.
Some more tea, if you've got any, Keen.
Yeah, got
Please.
plenty.
Not sure why I'm buying your drink, Moira, but I can oblige. And he'll go buy her one too.
Yeah.
I owe the man. He can't buy any of Moira's drinks this night.
Yep. Yep.
I got her.
My man.
It's only fair.
That'd be rude. It wasn't just one night of owing him one.
That's true. I owe him many nights, so
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
I owe him fines, whatever. This is one night marked off.
Yeah.
One of
Madden keeping
so
receipts for
many.
his debts.
Man's like, okay, it's been how many days? And... All right.
He
I can
hates to
wingman
keep
for
a
that
debt
amount of time.
waiting.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think like Lamb continues kind of like she does keep picking at her food. I don't know if she actually finishes her plate, but she does continue to make efforts throughout the evening while we are socializing.
Uh-huh.
good. Proud of her.
I think she could easily notice. Varys just watching her. You made me eat breakfast every day, twice. You're having at least one full meal today.
I really am not. I'll try.
Mm-hmm.
What's got your stomach in a twist?
It's been not very good for a few days.
Mm.
And like I think that is true. I think like if anybody had been watching, like Lamb has not been eating she's not been cooking her first breakfast
Mm.
at dawn, but she's been prepping breakfast for everybody. She's made herself some, but hasn't been eating as much, and she's definitely been complaining of feeling green about the gills.
Mm.
Um, well, because we're all touching each other with magic. Moira, you get it. Um,
Yeah, sure I
um,
do.
yeah, I,
Yeah.
I can tell. I can see it in your eyes.
Y'all
Um,
are
It's
so
what the
close
kids are calling
together.
it these
I'm gonna
days.
prestidigitate a tingle up her spine.
That's such a. Oh, man.
but he like holds his hand out and then he switches it to the non-Hawthorne hand and
Yeah,
like,
fair.
let me try something. I don't think it'll work, but
Sure. You can try.
what's the point of magic if you don't try something occasionally?
I really hope this doesn't burn you this time.
No, I'm like 100% sure it will. I just don't
Oh,
understand how to make that stop happening. But
oh,
what are you gonna do?
I
Um,
suppose.
and
Can key
it
in
might be more.
insight while Madden's doing this magical thing?
He'll use 5 points of lay on hands,
Mhm.
and if it's anything in the like poison or disease department, it should be cured. So if
I.
she has like a stomach bug or
Mm.
ate the wrong plant, unclear.
There you go. One of those
Oh,
things.
no.
If it's one of those, just
Just know what
fine.
to do now.
I think that like the how does Madden's healing feel? What does that feel like when somebody is healed by Madden's lay on hands?
Okay. I don't know if you've ever had to go to like to the hospital
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Hey, here's morphine, ba-boom," and then they just shoot that shit into your veins.
Oh shit.
Clinical.
I've
It was
not had
clinical.
that one. I've not had that one, but
The thing is, it like when they when once shot into your veins by the doctor,
mhm.
it sort of has this sort of like knock the wind out of you, like kind of hit hard sensation, and then you're like,
Okay.
oh, now I feel great. So I think it's like a
Like a
hard
kick in the
hit.
chest and then like
It's definitely just
oh.
like hard hit, and then oh, okay, like
Yeah. It's like,
I
oh,
think
I'm
it's like
actually
that.
fine and better.
It's
I
it's just
sud-
like it knocks the wind a bit.
Like I
Okay.
suddenly have to pee, and then all of a sudden I wouldn't know if I had to pee or not. Like,
Yeah, and then it's all okay.
I see. Okay, so I
And his hand burns.
oh
The
no.
second it happens, he's like, shit.
Lamb had a cure wounds ready to go. Like she knew that was going to be.
you.
I know you. But I think that like as Lamb's sitting there, kind of like after the hoof of the initial kick, and then sort of like, kind of like sitting back for a little moment. She kind of like shifts a little. Mm, eh. I don't know. Feels kind of the same.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
I've got
Is
some
it
of that
is it a
marble rye.
hormones thing?
I don't know. Honestly,
Or
it's.
just a general constitution sort of thing.
I've never had no trouble with eating or having an appetite. A healthy appetite on me, more so than most of my family, but you know,
I'm just worried it might be because of other things, not necessarily food.
I cannot think of nothing. I don't know. I thought it was about bit of rations. I really did.
I've got a bit of that marble rye left from up the road. Might calm your stomach, a bit of caraway. But-
Aye. I could have a bit.
Just get something on your stomach.
I've been trying. I
Try
mean, like
this-
she has bites taken out of everything on her
Everyone's
plate.
just
Like
giving
she's
her
been
so much food.
she's been trying.
Yeah, Jack will go into his bag and unwrap a little bit of bread, and let's switch it to liquid bread too. Might sit a little easier. Maybe numb some of the pain. Um, just try to keep something down.
I'll try.
You kind of you kind of keep marching like this no uh, with no energy in you. You got to get some food in you.
I know. And I know it, and it's just, I've not had, I don't know, I've just not been feeling well. She nibbles.
Well, Madden isn't the lecturing type, and
Hmm.
he's not going to start today. So
No.
he'll finish his drink and get on somebody else's table,
Yeah.
um, and will thumpus his foot and start some sort of loud singing because he's like, well, if
Yeah.
everybody's this is everyone's kind of starting to bum me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, if I'm gonna die from a curse, I might as well have fun. I'm not gonna sit here and be sad
Yeah.
at table.
Yeah, if
So
Madden's singing and thumping his foot, Jack will absolutely play some mandolin along with that and try to rouse the crowd. Until which
get
point
people
Moira
going.
wants to dance, in which case he'll put the mandolin away and he will dance.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, I'll
He
take a performance check to see how great this is. You can have advantage since you guys are doing this together. And I'll see how Moira feels about dancing and if she's good at dancing.
does he do a sick like knee slide?
Don't you also get like a D4 on performance checks?
Uh, if I have my blade song up, but I don't.
Oh no, the that item that we got, that badge. Pretty
Oh,
sure we gave it to Jack.
Who is
Mm,
Yeah,
where?
I think we did the
oh,
performance thing.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't think I ever.
yes.
We'll have to after session add that to my inventory because I didn't put anything in there about that.
Oops.
So,
That's okay.
if I get a
Certain
D4,
wood.
then it will be a 21 to perform,
wow.
negating the natural one. So thank you for the assistance, Madden. I owe you. Wink.
Mm. We just go back and forth on this owing for a minute.
They just keep winking
Yeah.
at each other.
Oh
They just keep
no!
winking.
They just keep winking. We can't get them to stop.
The crowd easily is gonna join in with that high of roll.
Oh
Moira
sure.
will dance around until Jackie put it away and join her. She's actually fairly decent considering how much she's had to drink.
Babes
Girl,
is a dancer.
girl's doing great. She's a dancer.
She can cold hold her liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Kian, what are you up to during this?
I mean, he'll probably join in the fun. I feel like though the later it gets, he probably gets a little more antsy.
Hmm. Okay. Ferris sits at the table with Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The whole time.
I mean, Lamb has not gotten up to dance or to sing. Like she's kind of like clapped along, tapped along with her foot. But
Hmm.
she really is not looking. She's low energy. Which, given she's not been eating very much the last few days, and as long as we've been walking, that's maybe understandable.
We're a little
Alright.
concerned.
Grab your bread. We'll go on a walk.
Oh,
I think you need air.
well, I, okay. Lamb looking confused, glances at her friends, but is like, yeah, no, I probably would wind up taking a walk about this point anyway, so stands up and follows Varys out the door with her slice of good marbled rye.
Anything else you all that are still in the tavern want to do at the moment while they're on their walk?
I think Jack had arranged for a spot in the stables, and he's going to see the shop owner and insist on a room at this point.
Hmm.
Stables aren't going to do.
No.
Moira's not following you to the stables.
Yeah.
No.
We know this to be true.
Okay. You can easily get a room. I'll tell you how much that is later because I don't know.
Mm.
Later.
Mhm. It'll be some
They
number
cost
of coins.
X amount of coins.
Might
That
not
you
even
all
need the
have.
whole night. Who knows?
I don't think they give discounts for that.
No.
I only used the room for 3 minutes. Come on.
Well,
Only 3. You're announcing that pretty
are.
loudly, my friend.
Hey, Wade's song lasts 10.
You get to keep the whole night.
Mhm.
You can kick her out if you want to, but I don't know if she'll be happy after that.
wow.
Kind of rude.
Mhm.
Anything for the other two of you for this moment? All right, you
Nothing
keep
specific.
partying.
Just
Partying.
just partying.
Just
I think it's
partying.
weird that
Getting
my new companion and my
Situation
less
Say it.
new companion just went on a walk together, but I don't think Madden cares.
Yeah.
It's something he'd ask about later, but it's not
Yeah.
like he'd be like, "That's weird." He'd be like, "Interesting," and
I
then
could have
it
seen
would-
like Lamb and Madden like meeting eyes across the room as she's like
Ben's
like
Yeah,
glances
I
at
feel
various
like
glances at
you'd be
Madden like
concerned if her eyes were like, but
no, it's like she's just confused why Varys invited her to go for a walk. But is, can't
he wants a
see a
fresh air
reason not to.
companion.
yeah.
I
Madden's not
suppose he does.
concerned, but
Yeah.
he's like, "Okay, interesting. That's a question for later."
They're on a walk.
Mm.
Hmm.
Stays quiet for a while.
Hmm.
Watching. See if she's eating at all.
I mean, like she is nibbling. She is consistently taking nibbles like it takes her a little bit to chew. She swallows deliberately. She is working her way through this slice of bread. It's a slow process. And it doesn't seem like it's on purpose. It doesn't look like she's like forcing herself to be slow. She looks like she's just sort of, I don't know, thinking about something else.
So I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. And since then, you have changed very drastically. You were so excited about food, but upset at what was going with your friends. And I think that I may have upset you a bit with how I showed up and what
Well,
you know about me. And I'm worried that that's part of what's going on.
uh, well, I'm not sure I'd know, but I don't know. You came on quite strong. I'll agree on that point.
I did.
And you apologized for it after, and I've not ever made any protest against that. I'm well aware you're, and you've been very helpful with us in everything we've been doing on the way here, and so you know we're making a good way faster than we probably would have been without you. So um
I won't disagree with that. I'll give you a more formal apology. I really messed up. I should have taken more time. I normally do.
you
And
do.
oh yeah, I was outside that slope for days, making sure I knew what was going on there.
Hmm.
And I got caught up in the moment, and that shouldn't have happened.
Well,
It,
it's It's something we mortals do on occasion, and I'm not guilty of that myself, so
Mhm.
I can accept that apology and offer forgiveness on that point. Thank you.
You said you haven't been out in the world much?
Aye, this is the longest I've been away from home in my life. Furthest away.
That's hard. Not seeing your family.
I've been thinking about them.
They're with you.
I know. That's part of it.
And the other is what we're doing.
What they think of what we're doing.
Well, if you were them, what do you think they'd say to you? You tell them you're out here, you're helping people with this team of friends and doing everything you can for them. Your folks, what would they say?
If that's all I told them, then they'd be right proud. Think they'd be very happy with me. But that'd smack too much of a lie for me to only tell them that.
See, I see it. If you told them everything and they understood that, I I think they'd believe you that you're doing what you need to. But it takes time to be okay with it yourself. You take the time you need.
I didn't want to be okay with it.
Maybe that was the wrong word. To understand when it's better than not. I I almost quit once.
You.
Oh yeah. Almost gave up everything that they'd given me because it felt like too much.
What happened?
I'd been alone for years, barely making a dent, not really changing anything. And I felt alone and like it wasn't worth it. And the only thing that convinced me to keep going was I met someone else with a similar mindset to me who'd been through much worse and realized that the people that they needed me to keep going and keep trying to fix what was going on in this world.
I've plenty of respect for folks trying to fix what's broken, but where I come from, fixing involves building things up and not tearing them down. I understand there's plenty of good to be had in pruning. It's necessary. You got to cut back bad growth so that the good growth has a chance. But it must be done with purpose and never lightly, or else you're going to kill that plant.
I agree.
I I can't believe there is no other way to solve any of this besides blood. Killing children, leaving them without parents. Every bond cut means something. It ripples. Every person taken out of this world leaves a hole. It continues. It builds. The blood builds. And it drowns everything the more that's given to it. I don't know. It's wishful thinking from a country bumpkin. So
I think that it's a noble hope that we'll be able to find another way. But from what I've seen, what you just described is going to be what they do to people. It is what they do to people as well. But I'm not going after children or their mothers or anyone that isn't actively doing harm.
I know. But doing harm need be stopped, aye. But could be then replaced with good action. I don't know. There's been plenty I've heard and seen, and I'm well aware that there's not much hope that there's many of these folks would turn over a new leaf if it was given to them on a silver platter. But I cannot help but think that at least some of them have still got a mam somewhere. Or a sibling, maybe. Someone will miss them. That's why I've been burying them. I'm trying not to take too much time. I didn't want to slow nothing down, but I cannot leave them just lying out like cords of wood. It's not right.
Well, I'm glad that we have you to do that. Someone should. As you said. There are probably people that would change. But to get them to that point, we have to get rid of who's highest up. And there's a lot of people to get through to get there.
Right.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to hurt them.
I've got to see this job out. And I cannot just sit idle while my friends
You
put
help them.
themselves out there on the line.
You help them how you can. I'll help them.
It all ends in blood. I keep seeing it on my skirts, my hands.
I'm sorry, then.
I cannot go back. I've just got to be okay with it.
No. Don't have to be okay with it. Just, it'll take time.
When did a nightmare stop? I've not had so many since I were wee.
Depends on the nightmare. I still have some. The first one sometimes shows back up, but it's not as often. You end up spending more time around the good. Talk to your friends. Let them know that you're hurting.
But there's...
They'll help you be strong. You don't have to be alone.
I don't know. It's...
Bring out your snail friend every time you need someone, if they're not around. It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Maid's very cute. I have to agree.
Oh, come on. I don't want them to think that I hurt you.
Right.
We've been gone for way too long, I think.
Okay.
I don't want them to hunt us down.
Right. No sense in that.
No.
Thank you, Varys.
You want to try to ride the skate sword?
I
No
think
one's
I'd
done it
fall
yet.
off the front, I'm afraid.
Do it. Do it.
No one's tried it yet. You could be the first.
I don't know. I've fallen off my fair share of carts as it is.
Well, this would be easy then.
All
You've already
right.
gotten used to the first part.
Oh, if
Oh,
that's all there is to it.
you just, like with the cart, you don't fall in front of it because you don't want to get run over. With the sword, you don't fall in front of it because you don't want to get stabbed.
That's the easy part then.
Yes,
All right.
simple.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
He'll hand over his sword.
She tries to clamber on carefully. She's 8
Mhm.
feet tall and has big furbolg feet.
Well, so you haven't fallen off yet.
Oh, not yet. Oh, not yet. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know how to move.
Well, normally you do it yourself, but he'll hold out his hand and just kind of drag her down the road on the sword. Back to the
That's
tavern.
perfect. That's perfect.
See, you're doing great.
Oh,
Moving, haven't fallen.
I'm pretty impressed, honestly.
Think of the story, you can tell them all.
That'll be
You're out here
fun.
doing tricks
Oh,
the whole time.
well, I don't know how big a tale I can tell about that, but surely I can at least convince him
You rode halfway across town and see,
Oh, all by
it's not
myself.
a lie. You've been
No,
on here this whole time.
that's true. Ah. Back
Mm.
to the tavern, I
We'll
suppose.
get back to the tavern.
Mm.
And Ferris come in, very nonchalant, and go get himself a drink, and then join the partying.
Yeah. And Lamb will sit down and will at least like pick some more at her food. I don't know that her appetite's full back, but she has not abandoned her food and gone off to her room to sulk or anything. So
Anything else anyone wants to do tonight before they go to bed?
I mean, Madden would ask about what they went and did, like
Ah,
on their secret walk.
who's he asking?
He's asking Varys. Lamb already has divulged that she's secretive, so he's gonna go talk to Varys.
Well, I thought at first she was really upset because I was here, but I think uh, she's having a hard time. And then I let her ride the scape sword.
See, I was gonna ask, but I keep picturing myself like falling forward and just like full decapitation.
Right, so maybe you could start it with it the opposite way, maybe, so it's a little less dangerous. It won't look as cool, but
Oh, see, now that sounds worse. I'd at least rather look cool.
That's called fakey.
live fast, die by decapitation.
you can try it tomorrow, and if you almost die, we'll save you.
That's appreciated. Uh, and Kian, did you ever roll for this hand thing? Because I'm gonna bother you about it. Okay, Madden's gonna go bother Kian and be
Roll
like,
for a hand thing.
"You're a healer.
Roll.
look
What
at it
should I
closer."
roll? Arcana or medicine?
And
I feel like Arcana's.
it's
Yeah.
it's pretty clearly a curse.
Yeah.
So
The whole curse aspect.
yeah,
That would be a 14.
14. And
And this cultist is how you know that we don't fudge our rolls on this D&D
Yeah.
show here.
You just roll really mid.
just okay. It you haven't seen any of the side effects yet, so it's kind of hard to tell what you would
Yeah.
need to do to break it. Yeah.
And we're not even, well, I guess we're kind of positive on whose curse it is, but
Yeah, you've got a good idea of whose curse it is. The thing is, you haven't spent a lot of time learning about her. And most of your experience would have been stuff related to Ayurved, where, like, I don't think any curse like this would have come into the temple. Because, like they told you, these hawthorn trees aren't around in cities, and
right.
you all grew up in a fairly, you know, busy place.
Mhm.
There wouldn't have been one of these around for anyone to have come in for something like this. Like, you might be able to learn something at a temple or find somebody that worships Bridget.
Yeah.
If you find an
I'll have to
actually
keep
good
an eye out
librarian,
for a temple.
Mm.
it,
Yeah, I don't think I have any insight.
See, part of my brain's like, well, now you shouldn't have told any of them about it because now everybody's like, thinking what they're thinking, and I got no answers, right? Like I could have guessed it was a curse or something. Like if you asked me to write like 3 things down, it would probably be on there.
Yeah,
Well,
but I think it's good that everyone knows.
Oh, and he 100% would not have said that in front of Liam. That would not have been something
Ah.
he would have said in front of her.
makes
Uh,
sense.
He wouldn't have been like, and I'll lie again.
Yeah.
And I'll do it again, and next time I'll lie.
I'm sure
'cause I
she'll
don't wanna
take
get in
that well.
trouble.
Oh yeah.
Can Madden tell that Kian is anxious? This was stated earlier, and we didn't address it, and I'm trying to see if I can address it.
You did go off to go partying, so I think you'll have to roll.
I'll roll for it.
Since we're having this conversation now.
I'm not
Since you're in
good.
front of him.
I'm not good at insight, is the thing. And I've actually, all of my earlier rolls were really, really bad.
Well, maybe this one will be good.
Get him, drag him.
Oh no.
Hey,
So that's
you
a
get to roll against it.
roll against it. Do it.
Roll
I have a
your deception.
I have
right.
19 on the dice. I add nothing to it.
I dare you.
Roll,
How bad is
coward.
she in hiding it? How bad?
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You. Ooh.
That's what
But,
you get
like-
for successfully hiding the thorn.
I didn't even roll to hide the thorn. I just did it naturally. I didn't even roll against him.
I feel like Kian wouldn't necessarily be like trying to like be deceptive. I feel like he might just naturally be sort of glancing towards the door and stuff. You know.
Do I recognize that behavior at least, or see that
I
behavior?
think you would see that at least.
Okay. You got somewhere to be?
Oh. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'm debating if I have somewhere to be.
Hey, listen, everyone's being real standoffish today, so if you want to be like straightforward with your answers, when I've been so very straightforward with all my bullshit today.
Sure, I mean, there's just apparently someone in town I haven't seen in a while, and I'm debating on if I want to see them or not.
Did you see them in the market and were too afraid to walk up, or?
No, they were. They made themselves known. It's just the matter of how he wants to reconnect. I mean, who wants to meet in an alley at midnight?
Well, he's either going to kill you or fuck you. I don't know what it goes past that.
Well, I hope it's not kill me. Jesus.
I'll go with you. Now, don't get too excited.
He blushes at that. That also seems weird, but I am kind
Listen,
of curious.
Yeah, if you ought to start fucking, I'll leave, you know? I'll give you your privacy in the alley.
All right.
So this is I'm just going based on the lack of saying, no, Madden, that's not what it's like. So that seems what it's like.
I mean, that's what it was like. So, yeah.
Sure, I'll join you and your boyfriend in the alley at midnight then.
Okay.
And the thing is, now Key and I already know about it, so you're already kind of fucked on that.
Yeah. I mean, he's not my boyfriend anymore, so.
Okay. I'll still be in the alley at midnight, but I'll behave. I'll just be sitting there.
Okay.
I won't act up.
Would it be weird if I watched?
I'm going to sit there the whole time. I'm not leaving unless asked to leave. But so I guess Madden's waiting for this
Midnight rendezvous?
The rendezvous.
Yeah.
He's ready for the rendezvous.
Midnight rendezvous.
He wasn't planning on getting blackout anyways, so it's not like it changes his plans currently. So maybe the first time he's been in a tavern in a hot minute that he has not been like blackout. So you know.
Wild.
Can't do that. Can't do that in front of Varys.
New experience.
It's mainly you just
Not
can't
true.
do that in front of Varys.
Yeah, he got to keep it a little bit
You
together.
can't see that part of me that early.
No, we're way too early days for that. That's like at least a 4-month milestone, if not a 5.
Yeah, give me a little time and then maybe. But yeah, Madden is now ready to go whenever midnight strikes. He's like, all right. I have nothing going on anyways. Sorry, Varys, keep the bed warm. I got things to do.
Yeah, he'll go upstairs and keep the bed warm. Before we do our midnight rendezvous, Lamb, do you want to look at your journal
I do, yes.
before bed? I'm assuming you do.
I do indeed.
I don't have it pulled up currently, but I remember what I did
Mm-hmm.
in there well
Mhm.
enough.
I can give you the link if you need it, but I believe you.
No, it's all good.
Cool.
Fresh enough memory.
Mm.
It-
Yeah. This
She's
weirdness.
been going through that, every couple of days
At least.
now.
Yeah.
It took about 3 days after the last one when it changed to that brown color for anything to happen again.
Okay. So
And it went through
3 days after that entry on March 6th. So
yeah, the last time when it was really colorful.
okay. So then there was no change then until like March 9th or so.
Yeah. For a couple days at least.
Okay.
And the only changes from then and up through tonight is just random snippets like at the top of each page. Just a couple words like where she's underlined or scratched things out. It's like they're skimming it. And just jumping around, looking at random things, and it's all this same shade of brown.
So strange. I feel like she's going to try to glean what this could mean. Like she's kind of got a couple different theories in her head. The biggest one being maybe this is somebody different who has picked up the book and is engaging with it differently is kind of the vibe. It's like the first set of text is just completely read through. There's a very rich roller coaster of emotions coming through with the colors. Then with this sudden block of beige text, it feels entirely different. That color wasn't there before at all. And this whole chunk is just entirely different. And then it's that color just randomly tops of pages, random words, random sentences. It feels like somebody reading it differently, somebody looking for something, maybe, is kind of the vibe, but like she can't be sure. Like, is there anything more that she can glean out of this now that this has been going on for some days?
I feel like even without a roll, that's a fairly good read
Okay.
for her based off what's visible.
Yeah.
They haven't like it doesn't look at the moment like there's any particular pattern to it other than they're checking each page in some way, just not engaging with it all.
Weird. Huh. Weird.
But yeah, I won't even make you roll with it. I feel like her intuition of it seems like this might be somebody else, or like something clearly has happened in some way that it's just different.
Yeah.
Like
It's
this
like
color is definitely a specific emotion, and it's just this is the only emotion whoever this is feeling
yeah,
while
the
reading
whole time.
the whole time.
Which, like, it feels like the only other thing she could think might be like, maybe if somebody could like emotionally numb themselves
Mhm.
on purpose before they went to read, but like, it's a weird place for them to have made that choice, if that's the case. Like, that's a weird place for them to have just stopped and then just decided, no, I don't actually want any of my emotions to register on this. A boop, and then continue reading. That feels weird. It really does feel like the book could have been just dropped or put down. Person was interrupted while reading, or the book was taken,
Mhm.
and it is either with somebody else or there's something else going on, and it's not the same interaction as before. It's very strange. I think her entry that night is gonna be a little sparse. I'm sure they've been very sparse these last few days because there's not been very much different beyond the cycle of get up, break camp, travel, find a camp of bandits, slaughter them, move on, camp, go to sleep. For 5 days, however many we've been.
However many it was.
Those journal entries, I think, have all been pretty short, not very interesting, because nothing really different has been going on, and she's been keeping a lot more to herself. But
Mm.
I think this entry is just basically something to the effect of finally reached town. Maybe some trouble from that Hawthorne after all. I'll need to look into curse breaking. May Queen Bridget have mercy on him. Hopefully she can help her friend. She will make mention that perhaps she had been hasty and harsh in judgment on Varys to some degree. He had some good advice. He at least didn't dismiss her. And at least that feels like it's something she can at least face in that case. Uh, bits and bobs. Sent letters home. Um, need to update Gwyneth before we leave town. You know, since the last letter that would have gone back to Amberwater would have been uh, courtesy of Varys, and she's maybe gonna need to ask him how he did that last time and why he seemed to be covering up some blood on his hand when he was coming back. She had noticed. But that doesn't necessarily get into the journal. It's if it does, it gets scratched out. I think mainly the rest of the entry is pretty perfunctory, settling into the tavern. And I think she just sort of takes the rest of the night maybe to just meditate and think about what everybody has told her over the course of the day.
All right. And she can settle in for the night in her room. Kian and Madden. Am I going on a trip to an alleyway?
Very fun.
Just a
Madden
casual walk to the alley.
Just a
we
cat.
walked slightly to the alley. Madden would leave his party goods bag with Varys. He's like, first off, I'm not bringing my bag of gems to the alley.
No?
I don't know who's in the alley or how many of them, but I'm not bringing my bag of gems to the alley.
That's how you get robbed.
You get robbed when you carry around the bag of gems. So
That's City Kid
Good.
101.
you don't walk around with your
Fair.
bag of gems if you don't have to. And he'll let Kian lead and just kind of will attempt to stay quiet in the back.
Attempt.
Do his best.
Yeah.
Let's see
Head
if our
out.
friend is in the alley.
Hey, you guys can give me perception checks.
Ooh.
Guys, there's nobody here.
But I used my really good roll on failure earlier.
Oh no. 10.
Worse.
Oh wait. I can
7.
read actually 13.
Oh,
It
thank God.
was- It was a 9 and not a 6.
All right, it's a really dark alley.
Man's like, mug me if you're gonna mug me, see what happens, you know?
Do it.
He's not looking that hard.
You're walking down into it, or you're just kind of standing at the entry, staring.
He'll walk a little bit in, but not like too far. I don't know.
I follow.
Okay. About halfway down.
Sounds good.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah. Go into the alley. Don't see anything until you're right up next to him, leaning against the wall. There's a man with dark wavy hair, and loose curls that go just below his ears, deep brown eyes, some stubble on his jaw, wearing
see
his
them
leather
in the
vest. Been a while, Marigold. Thought you'd stood me up. I think that's where we're gonna end our session, guys.
Hey!
I
Fortuitous.
didn't say something.
How fortuitous.
I'm so sorry. Thank you all for
Whoopsie.
watching.
Rude.
We really appreciate it. We'll be back in 2 weeks on whatever date it is in 2 weeks. I don't have a calendar in front of me this time, so I
I
don't know.
got you, fam. It's
It's
gonna be
Sunday.
the 3rd of April.
Wow,
Wow.
April 3rd. We'll see you then for a session
Mhm.
at 9. But if you want to hang out with us sooner, you can see all of us on Monday for On the Backs of Gods, which is a lot of fun, where we draw things from the deck of many things and nothing bad happens.
Nothing
weirdly.
ever.
Only good things.
Yeah.
Only boons.
Only
Only
boons.
So if you want to see
Only
that,
boons.
join us on Monday.
Oh, that should have been the episode title, guys.
Right.
Man.
Only boons.
Ah.
Is
Oh,
it
well.
too late? Can we change it?
Sorry,
We can go
that's
back in
against the
time. Do we have a
rules.
wish
Can't
spell?
change it.
So sorry.
Not for that.
But if you want to see what we're talking about, you can find those videos over on YouTube. If you want to follow us, we're over on Instagram and Twitter, and not really, but Blue Sky,
yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
social media.
Mhm,
Look
mhm,
up
mhm.
the name. We
The
might be there.
socials. Yeah.
Uh,
The dice
I make
cult.
dice, but I don't have the link ready.
Oh no! We can mug
Tragic.
some dice for you while
Hold
you
on,
get the
hold on,
link.
hold
We've
on.
got some good
There we
dice
go.
here.
Don't
This
Here
would
we
be
go.
my
dice.
Nana
I did it.
set that I got custom from Katie a hot minute ago. I love it
make
very
dice.
much.
You can check that out there, or there might be
Yeah.
links in boxes.
Mm.
But we appreciate you all checking this out, hanging out with us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks to meet the stranger. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.